We're going to begin bringing the attention to the breath. To the movement of the belly with the inhalation, the rib cage, the relaxing of the abdomen and the back with the exhalation. Looking at the effect of tension in the body, natural tension. But as we begin our practice, just noticing if maybe some of that natural tension accumulated. It feels like the breath can't quite flow with ease. Checking in. And as you seek tension in the body, maybe there's a little injury or some stiffness, paying attention to what your body needs, how it feels to be laying here. I'm going to add a little bit of spinal movement to the breath. As you exhale, press your lower back into the floor. Feel the hollow of the abdomen. As you inhale, lift your lower back away from the floor. Exhaling. Inhaling, lift the lower back. Good. And a little more movement now as you press your lower back into the floor. Lift your heels a little off the floor. Feel the front core of the body engage. Chest relax. The space around the heart at ease. Good. And then heels back to the floor. Lift the lower back away from the floor. We're going to keep going like that, pressing the lower back, lifting the heel. Lift the lower back, drop the heel on the inhalation. Good, and keep going. Exhaling, lower back presses, heels lift, maybe even the toes. As you lift your lower back, the feet rest back to the floor. Trying to keep the space around the heart free of stress or strain. Allowing the warmth into the abdomen. That key awareness, the core of the body. Good. Let's add in as we relax the feet back to the floor, lift the lower back. Inhaling, take the arms overhead. And then as you exhale, we're lifting the heels, dropping the lower back, arms back by the side. Let all of the movement follow the breath. So that there's a warming in the body without struggle. Looking for an understanding. Being curious about your body this morning. Good. And we're going to come back to a resting position with the hands onto the belly, the spine, feeling relaxed. Space around the heart. Relaxed. Good. Take the feet out a little bit wider, as wide as your mat, and let the knees drop gently to the left side. Hold there for a couple of breaths. Feel the movement of the belly in that direction to the left knee. Relax the right shoulder. Feel the strength of your abdomen. You squeeze the lower front abdomen as you lift your legs, so there's an ease to the spine. And now drop the legs over to the right side. So the hands are still on the belly, and we can feel that movement of the belly to the right. Keep the left shoulder relaxed. The space around the heart relaxed. Good. And then feel the strength of the abdomen. Really contain the abdominal muscles as you lift the legs. Good. And we're going to bring the knees into the chest and rocking a little bit from side to side. Take the arms straight up from the shoulders, palms facing. Drop your knees away from the chest. So maybe they're sitting just above your hips. And lift the feet a little so you've got a right angle at your knees. And you'll feel the belly muscles really switching on and warming. But press your lower back right into the floor. It's going to be the most attention in the posture, pressing the back into the floor. And then we're gently going to press the left leg out to straight and back to center. But try not to let your lower back lift off the floor. We're also trying to keep the warmth, the work in the belly and not around the heart, the relaxed chest, even though you're lifting your fingertips up. Good. And keep going alternately, leg by leg. So right leg straight, left leg stays bent. And then left leg straight and right leg stays bent. Keep the lower back pressing. And hug your knees into your chest. Take the knees out wide so your back feels nice and broad and your tummy feels relaxed. Take some deep breaths into the abdomen. Put the feet back down. We're going to stretch the arms overhead. Have the palms facing up. And really try and stretch your fingertips as far as you can, but without squashing the neck. So keep the neck feeling nice and warm. Let's focus the breath here into the chest, the ribs. Good. We're going to take the right leg up to straight. Let the lower body start to roll to the left. Now, this could be quite strong, and you can feel it if you just go halfway, whether it's too strong to keep the leg out straight. You can always bend both legs. Otherwise, we've got the right leg out straight, and we're going to, under control, take the legs towards the floor. Good. Maybe you went with both legs bent. You can try straightening your top leg now. And we're trying to get that feeling of movement in the rib cage this time. Nice and easy in the throat. Good. And that awareness of the strength of the core of the body, the abdomen. So as you lift your leg, there's an ease to the movement. Bend your right leg back in. We're going to lift up the left leg, unless you feel in your body it's better to keep both legs bent. And then we're going to let both legs go over to the right side. Under control, hard to do. We'll try and keep the left shoulder blade down, and we'll stay nice and relaxed around the throat, around the heart. Feel the movement of the ribs as you reach the leg to the right side. Feel the depth of the breath. Good. Awareness of your core strength. So as you lift your legs back up, there's an ease for the spine. Good. And then we'll release both legs and just relax the work in the arms and shoulders. Keep them overhead, but feel the broadness of the armpits. Breathing deeply into the armpits now. Good. And then we're going to release very gently the arms back by the sides, roll over to your side, and come into an all fours position. Good. Come into forward virasana. So big toes touching, knees wide enough for the belly to fit. And the fingertips reaching forward. The shoulder blades reaching back. Top of the head reaching forward. Feel the breath again into the broad armpits. So there's a spaciousness there. Notice any tightness along the spine. Maybe the lower back, maybe your middle back. Appreciating just how your body feels this morning. Good. Now we're going to walk the hands over to the left side. And the more you reach with your right arm when you travel left, then the bigger the stretch for your right side. So take that as far as feels nourishing. Enjoying each satisfying breath. And then come back to center. And take the hands around to the right side. And the more you reach with the left, the bigger the stretch for the left side of the body. Nice work. Hands back to the center. Forward virasana. And coming up into all fours, bring the knees back underneath the hips. Stretch your fingers out wide, press your fingerprint, and gentle stretching of the spine up and down. Cat stretch. We're making a rainbow shape and a valley shape. And noticing all the little movements in between those two shapes. Let the movement follow the breath. Feel the spaciousness, the heart and lungs as you breathe in. The lengthening of the spine as you breathe out. Good. Spine in a neutral position, toes tuck under, and lift your knees up off the floor. Keep your knees bent and take your hips back as far as you can. We're really letting the breath be evident in all of those places we've worked on in the practice, the belly, the ribs, the armpit, the spine, the lower back. Start to pedal your legs and warm up your leg. So by pedaling, I mean press the left heel down to the floor, bend the right leg, then press the right heel down to the floor, bend the left leg. See if you can keep your neck relaxed. The space around the heart, spacious. Mm. Enjoying the satisfaction of the breath. Good. And then we're going to take little steps to try and bring the feet forward on the mat. So as many steps as you can and try to press your heels down to the floor. You can keep padding. Maybe your knees don't go straight. And just when you run out of room, swing yourself up. Let's take the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, and look up and enjoying each breath. That movement in the body. Good work. All right, time for the chair. We'll have the seat of the chair facing us at the front of the mat. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, look up. And as you exhale, hands at the seat of the chair and reach the top of your head where it feels best for your back. So that might be over the back of the chair or down to the seat of the chair, whatever works for your forward bend. Then we're going to lift up onto straight arms and look forward so you make your back bend. The chest feels straight. So it's an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to step the left foot back and straighten the leg here for a minute. Good. And then the right leg back. And this is a modified downward facing dog pose. Couple of deep breaths here. Just double checking your alignment of your limbs. Feet hip width parallel, legs parallel. Finding that breath. Really occupying the whole body now. From the soles of the feet to the palms of the hands, top of the head. Good, we're going to step the left foot forward and just for a moment see if you can straighten your legs or towards straight. Good, step forward into your forward bend where it feels nourishing for your back. No need to push. Good, and then we're going to lift up onto straight arms. Make your back bend as you look forward. Beautiful. Bend your knees. Inhale and roll up. And look up. Tadasana. Good. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana. Good, straight arms. Make a back bend. Lift the breath and look forward. Let's take the right leg back. Straighten your legs for a moment or towards straight so you feel that strong stretch. Good. Step the left leg back, downward facing dog pose. Feeling the breath. Moving in the whole body. Good. We'll step the right foot forward. Just for a moment, try and straighten your leg. Good. Step the left foot forward, Uttanasana. Lift up onto straight arms and make as much of a back bend as you can. Lift the breath slowly, looking forward. Beautiful. Bend the knee and inhale and coming up and look up. And Tadasana, mountain pose. So feel that alignment. See if you can do it without looking in your feet and your legs. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana. Up onto straight arms. Feel the back bend as you draw the shoulder blades back. Lift the breath. Nice work. Right leg back. Left leg back. Downward facing dog pose. modified to the chair. Good. But we're going to bring the shoulders forward over the wrists. We're going to make a sort of a plank position. And we'll try not to let the hips sag down. So really lift the front core of the body. Good. And then press the hips back. Good. Step the right foot forward. See if you can straighten your leg for a moment. Good. Stepping forward, Uttanasana. Bend the knees and inhale and roll up. I forgot to do our little back bend. Do it on the second side. Inhale, arms up. And as you exhale, Uttanasana. Lifting up onto straight arms, make your little back bend. Beautiful. Left leg back. Straighten your leg. Right leg back. Downward facing dog pose. Plank position. Shoulders come forward. You try to keep your heels down, but they will lift up. And we also try to not let the hips sag forward. So really lift the front hip bone. Lift the lower belly. Nice. And then press back into your downward facing dog pose. Good. And left leg forward. Try to straighten your leg. Step the right foot forward. We do Uttanasana. Exhaling. Inhale, straight arms, little back bend. Good. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms up. And Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Uttanasana. Up onto straight arms, back bend. Step the right foot back. Straight leg. We're going to lean the body forward here. So reaching the torso forward with straight legs. Of course, you might need to bend a little bit, so towards straight, so that you feel that intense stretch. Good. And then step the left foot back. Good. Plank position. This time, we're going to let the hips come forward. And we're going to lift the breastbone, so we're making a little bit of a back bend. Press your heels back. And then take the hips back, downward facing dog pose. Right foot forward. See if you can get your legs straight. I'm going to bring the torso forward and increase the stretch in the leg. Good. And then stepping forward, Uttanasana. And then inhale and roll up. Oh, I forgot the back bend. I'm going to do that. Good. And then Urdhva Hastasana and Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. And exhale. Uttanasana. Arms straight, back bend. Good. Left foot back. Straight leg. Reach the torso forward. See if you can increase that stretch in your leg. Good. And then step your right foot back. We're in our downward facing dog pose. Bring your shoulders forward into a plank position, but then we're going to bring the hips forward as well here. So we bring the chest forward through the arms, lift the breastbone, look up. Press the hips back to the back of the mat. Left foot forward. Bring the torso forward. Try to feel that stretch in the leg. Good. And stepping forward. Uttanasana. And straight arms, back bend. Nice. Bend the knee and inhale and roll up. Tadasana. Good. Now we're going to stand with the feet together. Just give yourself a little bit of room between you and the chair. Inhale, arms up. Bring your hands in front of your heart. Lift up your right leg, and we're going to put the foot up onto the seat of the chair. Good. We're going to take the left hand onto the right knee and the right hand onto the sacrum and turning to the right side. Let the shoulder blades drop down. Feel the foot that you're standing on. Feel that beautiful movement, strength, vitality, and the strength in your standing leg. The core of the body working to lift the torso, the openness and the space around the heart, the feeling of the breath in the whole body. Turn to look back over your right shoulder. For a little bit more of a stretch, you can take the right arm straight out from your shoulder and reach the right hand. Good. And then we're going to gently turn back to the front. Hands in front of the heart. And stepping the right foot down onto the floor. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands in front of the heart. With deliberate and supported movement, left foot up onto the seat of the chair. Right hand onto the left leg. Left hand onto the sacrum. Find your standing foot. All of that vitality, grounded. Feel the lift in the front of the right thigh, the standing thigh. Feel the lift in the front belly, the chest. Good. Let the ribs turn. Let the breath be evident in your whole body. If you want that extra bit of stretch, you can take your left arm out behind the left shoulder. Good. And returning to the front. And hands in front of the heart. And releasing that leg. Good. We're going to take the arms up. Bring the hands down onto the seat of the chair. And walk your feet back only so that you can line your heels up under your sit bones. You can always just slide your hands along the chair just to get your distance right. So we've got the sit bones over the top of the heels and we're lifting the kneecaps. Lengthen the sides of the torso as much as you can. The armpits. Feel the shoulders broad. The back of the neck long. Enjoying the breath. Kneecaps are lifting. Sit bones are lifting. Good. Slide your hands or walk your feet forward to the front of the chair so you can roll up. And then donna. Okay, I'm going to use the chair slightly differently. Step back so you've got room. You know you can balance. You're going to put your right heel up onto the seat of the chair. We're going to stand with the hips feeling level to the floor, level to the mat, edge of the mat in front. Good. And you want to really feel that engagement of the core of the body. So the front core is lifting and the lower back feels long and spacious. Shoulders are long. Good. We'll bring the hands in front of the heart and press them. And just imagine lifting that front leg up off the chair. You don't have to lift it up, but accessing that knowledge in your body. Maybe it lifts. Good. And then we'll release that side. And taking the left heel up onto the chair. We're lifting the front of the torso, front of the thigh, feeling really good support for the spine, and just bringing that awareness into the body of what it would take to lift the left heel off the chair without leaning back. Beautiful. Release, release. Perfect. Move in a little bit closer so it's easy to put your hands down, take the arms up as you exhale. Finding your hand support again on the chair. Walk the feet back, and we'll do the same thing with the heels under the sit bones. So not in front and not behind, straight under. And really reach. So let your hands reach forward without bringing the hips forward. Lift the kneecaps, the quadriceps, the sit bones, and let the torso lengthen. Good. Now bend your knees. Now we need room for the next one. So you might have to walk back a little bit further from the chair or step your back foot back. Take the right foot forward, step the left foot back, and just have a comfortable distance between you and your chair with legs straight. The feet are parallel, with them parallel, facing forward. Good. And we're going to wiggle the hips from side to side. So you have to wiggle everything. So you have to wiggle your torso as well. But try to see how much movement you can get with your feet in this position around the hip joints, the sacrum, the lower back. Good. And then try to bring the pelvis really level to the floor. And the front leg might not be all the way to straight, but really try to be straightening so that you can feel that strong stretch. Good. And then we're just going to slide the hands forward as far as you can. And feeling that nourishing breath. Try to keep a little feeling of the back bend in your spine. Good. And then release the stretch so you can step your left foot forward to or next to the right one, and the right one back so you can find that nice big distance. It gives you the stretch that feels right for your body. Good. And we trying to get the legs as straight as we can. The feet are hip width from side to side and parallel. Facing forward. Good. And then put your hands where it gives you room to move, and try to move your pelvis, your lower back. Let's see where some tightness might be in the body in the movement of your hips, pelvis, and sacrum. Okay. And so, working with that knowledge, we're going to bring the hips parallel. And we're going to make the legs as straight as body allows. And then stretch the arms forward as far as you can. Lifting the kneecaps, the quadriceps. Nice work. Stepping the right foot forward. Take Uttanasana. Then lift up onto straight arms with a little bit of a back bend and roll all the way up. We're going to take the arms behind now. Place the palms facing forward onto the pelvis and lift the front of the hips, the front of the thighs, the elbows moving towards each other. And lifting the breastbone up towards the ceiling. Feel the support in the front of the legs for the spine. Good. Release the arms out to the side, all the way up, all the way forward onto the chair. Step the feet back again. And this time as far back as you can. So it's sort of a downward facing dog pose. Pressing the heels, lifting the kneecaps, quadriceps, hip bone. Beautiful work. Keep the shoulders wide. The top of the head reaching forward. Feeling the flow of breath. Press the heels. Lift the kneecaps. Good. And then walking in. And you don't need your chair. Off to the side. And we're going to sit down. You may have been practicing your sitting without using your hands. I have not been. Oh, so a little bit awkward. Happy to be moving. Simple cross-legged position. A little bit of a swaying movement from side to side. Really in love with all the wriggly movements that highlight where the body feels easy in its movement, difficult. Good. And then let's make some circles with the ribs. And the other direction. We're going to take the arms behind and interlock your fingers and try to straighten your arms. Maybe you can rest them on your blanket and also bring the heels of the hands closer. Like shoulder blade. And imagine you could lift your knuckles up if they're resting on the blanket. Lift them up a little bit without leaning forward. Even if they don't move, just figuring out what that movement might be in the body and keeping an ease around the shoulders. And just release your arms enough so you can change the cross of the fingers. So interlock the other way, heels of the hands together. Try to get your arms straight and reach the knuckles out behind you. They might be pressing really heavily into the blanket. Mine are. And again, just trying to understand what it would take in your body, where you need to relax, to lift the hands without leaning forward and keeping an ease to the shoulders and chest and down. Good. And then release. We're going to lay down. And take the arms overhead. We're going to lay them down loosely, palms up. Feeling the breath in the whole belly, Let the back be relaxed, legs are bent. Good. And then let's take the arms straight out from your shoulders. Very little twist. We're going to let the legs fall over to the right and just lay there for a couple of deep breaths. Using your core awareness to lift the legs back up and lay the legs over to the left. And just laying, relaxing. Being aware of your core awareness, legs back up to the center. Hug your knees into your chest. And rocking a little. You need your practice now, as I do. And you're going to roll gently to your side and come up to sitting. And feet, hands in front of your heart. Finding your breath. Take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.